Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and I'm so happy to have you here today on the Film and Music Show. And we have a very special guest joining us from Ghana, so do stay tuned. First, let's welcome the star of our show, Dr. Madeline Chan, joining us from London. Hello, doctor.
Hi, Dr. JACALYN. Hello, viewers. Oh my goodness. And we're going on 8 platforms today. You were saying something?
Actually, 9.
Wow. Nine platforms.
9 platforms. Yes. Very exciting.
The mothership of USA Global TV and Radio. Wow, is just evolving. It's honestly, it's amazing. Congratulations to you, Dr. JACALYN. You're the captain.
Thank you.
You're just amazing.
Thank you. Not just me, it's all of us here, including you and our fabulous guests and our sponsors and all of our team members around the world. So, Dr. Chan, for people who haven't met you before, you have a tie to the entertainment industry. Tell us a little bit about that.
I will do, yeah. I'm an award-winning singer-songwriter. I've had a chart hit, number 7 in the charts. And from there, I began to teach. I began to write songs. I began to find my voice. At the same time, in between that time, I wrote Star Child, which is a teenage adult fantasy about saving the world, about 2 different worlds, a few worlds, universe, Star Child universe. And so I wrote that. And at the same time, I started to work with people to bring out their creative heart genius. And I do this by collaborating with the wonderful Dr. JACALYN. And we wrote together, we have courses on the power of elevated listening, for courses about learning to become connected to your heart and transcending from a fear-based life to a life of freedom and following love by your heart. That's what I do.
Absolutely beautiful. We just had someone sign up for the power of listening right while this show is going on. So how exciting is that?
Ooh, that is very exciting.
And
it's a
let's
very
say
exciting show.
To Racine Media, watching you live from UK. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. So, Dr. Chan, we have another doctor in the house. It'll make a full house of 3 doctors today. Our guest is Dr. Lawrence Koa Success, and he certainly is a success himself. He has accomplished quite a lot. He is an entrepreneur. He's a radio show host. He's an astute communicator. He is a pastor, and he is here. Let's bring him out. Dr. Lawrence, hello.
Hey.
Welcome, Dr. Lawrence.
Hello. Glory be to God. Good to see you guys. And let me say 21 gun salute to the captain, Dr. JACALYN. You're doing a great job. And to Dr. Madeline, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. I'm proud of you guys. You hardly find people have that passion, that love, that telepathy to connect with human beings, I should say. And so I'm very honored and privileged to be on this exalted platform. This is a platform that unearths talent and bring the best out of people, and also complement the great work other people are doing. Which part of the globe, wherever you find yourself, the camera of USA Global TV and radio, or just connect with you. That's the call mandate. So I am Dr. Koa Success. The Koa is an acronym. Kwabena means I was born on Tuesday. Here in Ghana, we are very particular about the day of your birth. So Koa, the K means Kwabena, the O means Owusu, and then the A means J. So Lawrence Koa Success. So yes, I started my education here in Ghana. I started from Gateko, a school, a private school here in Ghana. Went to Pope John Secondary School, went to UCC. At Pope John Secondary School, I did business as a course. It comprises of economics, business management, accounting, and then the other core subject, which is mathematics, English, social studies, integrated science, and the like. So I did well, went to UCC, I did human resource as a course. So I majored in human resource. Came out, did my service at a hospital here in Ghana, Begrot District Hospital. I was there for a year, and throughout my entire life, being an advocate for Christ. So was even in school. My last year in school, I had the call of God. So by God's grace, September next month, I'll be 23 years actively in ministry. So I left the hospital work, and I deem it fate that God took me there for a very good reason. He wanted me to connect with how human beings behave and how we must humble ourselves. So my encounter at the hospital was with the records department, and my encounter with people humbled me a lot. Going to the wall, seeing people alive, and the next minute you are told they are dead and gone. I also went to the mortuary or the morgue. I saw people who are far better than some of us who are alive at the time, lifeless, and they can't do anything. So that motivated me to know that when you humble yourself, God elevates you. I've been an advocate for Christ, and I have that insatiable desire to always please Him and do His will. I was a born Catholic. As a mass server, I served as a mass server in the Catholic Church for 15 years. So I have loved to. I used to read. We call us in the Catholic Church, we are called the lectors, Lectors. And we read, we do the first and second reading. Basically, that's our work. So I began to love communication, and I used to act in playwrights and I should say drama. I was so particular about it. So I did my possible best to do that as a course, as an alternative apart from the human resource. So I hold a degree in communication studies from Natford University here in Ghana. And as a pastor, you need to school yourself. Even Jesus admonished us to follow Him, and He will make us fishers of men. In other words, we have to avail ourselves for God to break us, melt us, remold us, and use us for His own glory. So I started my pastoral work by going to a Bible college, Grace Bible College here in Ghana. I had my diploma, went further to do my first degree, did my master's, and last year, by God's grace, I had my doctorate degree in theology and philosophy by God's grace. So it's a privilege and an honor. So doing communication, since childhood, I've always loved to be on radio. Anytime I see somebody hold a microphone, I feel I am the one behind the microphone. Anytime I see somebody sit in a couch with camera placed on him or her, I feel, yes, I can do this. And so when I was young, I used to mimic some of my finest broadcasters here in Ghana and outside the country. I've been a great follower of CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, and the rest. So always I mimic them. This is CNN International. We're streaming live on www. And so I try to mimic all this. And then I had a passion. So I started advocating for youth. I advocate for the youth. I'm a man with many faces. I advocate for the youth because I feel that the youth need to be schooled. The youth need the requisite skills and encouragement to push the agenda and make sure that their dreams are not aborted, but their dreams are lifted and come out with a very great, vision and glory. So at the end of the day, I had to, by God's grace, advocate on radio stations and TV stations here in Ghana. And then God opened the way for me to also start my own. That is Papa Law Radio and TV. And so I am the host of the morning show. We have Papa Law Laundry. We have Papa Law Clothing Line, Papa Law Farms, all these under one umbrella by God's grace. So we're still counting.
And we're so happy that you're actually here and sharing that mammoth story.
That's right.
Talk about, you definitely don't need a script. That was really impressive, super impressive.
Right.
Dr. JACALYN, do you have any questions?
Yes, Dr. Lawrence, the one thing that you didn't mention is we're on the film and music show is that you are a singer and songwriter. So tell us a little bit about that.
No problem. I am also a songwriter. I have 2 songs out, and it's written both in my local language and then foreign language or English language. That is a very powerful song. I love it so much because I wrote this song out of my experience. So at the end of the day, a lot of lives have been transformed out of that song. And I'm a worshiper myself. I love to worship. I won't preach without worshiping. So I love to bring down the presence of God. Bible said, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Nothing was made without the Word. And the Word became flesh and dwelleth among us. So my passion of writing, my passion to write came out of that insatiable desire to always impact lives. So I'm a humanitarian. I make sure people are happy. I want to see people happy always. That has been my heartbeat. And so I write out of my experience and what I feel within my very self and share with the general populace. So I also do write books as well. I have 2 on Amazon, Papa Law Magazine, and then the Mysteries of Favor. I have a lot of the unedited books here. By God's grace, at the right time, we'll publish all those stuff. So it's been a long journey, but through it all, God has really, really been faithful. Hosting a radio show hasn't been easy, but God has always been faithful. And we do it at ease because that is what I love doing. I love to do radio, even in my dream. So I balance the 2, make sure I give God his due and also give the world their due. Bible said that Jesus Christ said, give what is due to Cephas and give God his own. So at the end of the day, there must be a balance. So I try my possible best to always get new information. I research a lot. I go online, make sure I get new stuffs to share with my audience. And it's been a great experience. I love fashion. I'm very fashionable by God's grace. And I had this revelation. It will interest you to know that I had this revelation out of the Bible. When you read the book of 1 Samuel, God sent a prophet called Samuel to go and anoint unto him a king. When he entered into the house of Jesse, he saw Eliab and Shammah and the likes. He saw the 7 legitimate sons of Jesse. God said, take a horn of oil and pour on him the one I have chosen. And so when he saw the outward appearance, Prophet Samuel mistakenly poured the oil on the wrong person. I'm referring to Shammah and Eliab. But some way, somehow, the Lord said, no, this one I have rejected. I still have the chosen one. And God said, man looked at the outward appearance, but I looked at the measure of your heart. So I deem faith that God wants us to, in as much as we call ourselves Christians and that super hyper spiritual attitude where people think that as Christians we have to dress anyhow and it's okay. We have to be moderate when it comes to dressing. No, we have to be the shining light. And so I believe that we have to dress good, stylishly chic, decoratively cool for the world to also learn something out of what God has graced us. So if you are telling me you are rich and you are not demonstrating it, not out of pride, but you do that out of humility, we have to showcase what God has endowed us with. So I have what we call Trailblazer 21 clothing line under Papa Law, a group of companies. I believe that we have to look good, and that alone can attract a lot of people. If you tell me you are rich and so I have to follow your God, then I must see what you are telling me. I must experience it. I must have a feel of it. I believe in the tangibility of what God has graced us with. So basically, there are a lot under my belt, and I do proper time management to make sure that I meet all the demands. It's so demanding being a humanitarian, being a radio broadcaster, being a writer or an actor, being a family person. Combining all these forces, you need a lot of tenacity, a lot of grace, a lot of ability to be able to have stability and move on and achieve more. So I love to break records and set records, but I believe that man gives the award, but God gives the reward. So I have come through the mail, and I'm humbled and privileged that God, through thick and thin, has been able to see us through. And we see ourselves in the next 5 years, we want to see the whole world enjoying the impact that God has graced us with. So we want to impact lives and take territories and make sure everybody is happy on this earth.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
thank you so much for sharing. That. Let's take a look at your website as well, Papa Law Media. Here we have it here today. What should we show to the viewers?
We have the entertainment on my show. Important is a local terminology, and it means community. The purpose of Papa Law Radio and TV is to build our communities. I believe that if you're able to build our various communities, we'll have a better place to live as a country, as a continent, and as a world. So on my show, I introduce the show. This is Important Morning Show. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Follow us on all our social media handles, Papa Law Radio /TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime you come online, you'll be first to be notified. Straight up, don't crook it up. And then we come with the weather forecast. We have to allow people to know what's happening during the day within 24 hours, what they should expect when it comes to the weather, because it will also determine what we do in a day. So when we are done, we do headlines, news that are making headlines in our various news portals and newspapers across the globe. So I do that, and then I have a co-host who will also come in so that we jaw and discuss some of the trending issues. And when we are done, we come to what we call the educational segment. You know, radio and TV basically is all about entertainment. It's about education and information. But there are a lot of misinformation that are being churned out left, right, center. A lot of people receive misinformation than being informed. So we don't deform our listeners. We inform them so that they become abreast with what is happening in the global world. Don't forget, Dr. JACALYN and Dr. Madeline, don't forget that now the world is a global village. Everything is in our palms. At the moment you have internet, you can access all these informations. But radio still play its role in our political discourse, economic discourse, and everything. So we also have what we call the editorials. we have the editorials. I do a lot of reading. That's why I demonstrate my reading prowess. You have to read. Sometimes we have about 7 stories, and you need to read all these stories verbatim. Make sure you don't slip, you don't fumble. It's normal to slip, but it shouldn't be intermittent. Sometimes you'll be slipping, but I try as much as possible that I do justice to all the editorials. And then we have what we call the health segment. So we take a particular topic. It can be diseases or sicknesses or any other health topic, how we can live a healthy life, how we can be able to take good care of ourselves, and know much about your kidney, your medulla cerebral oblongata, know how your mind functions, know how your body system works. And so we have a radio doctor who come and do justice to that. Then above all, we do politics. Politics is everywhere, even in church. The moment you decide to take sides between 2 people or 2 parties or 2 factions, you are doing politics. So we do politics. But here in Africa, I don't know about America. I follow some of your political discourse and all that, your parliamentary discussions and all that. But here, our radio and TV has been polarized with a lot of politicking. And so most of these radio and TV stations they venture more into politics than education like we do. So it makes our show so different. So we always want to have a balanced platform. We give every political party, the ruling government, the opposition parties, the opportunity to also discuss their thoughts, their views about issues that come into the media landscape. We don't take sides with the ruling government or the opposition parties, you understand, because a lot of them have taken entrenched positions. We want to be unbiased about everything we do. So we do our possible best so that our people will not tag us. We have 2 main political parties, which personally I feel we must break the ideology, because the ruling government goes into opposition and thinks that apart from us, there is no other powerful political party that can come into power apart from us. And so I feel they feel comfortable about that. And for that matter, everybody think that, oh, I can come and then siphon the country's resources, go into hiatus or hibernation and return back and come and enjoy their booty. So long story short, we try as much as possible to also have resource persons, political experts discuss political issues without taking any entrenched positions and all that. And afterwards, we sign out and we are out. So that's about the show. So when you go on our website, you have a lot of information. We have political news, we have Christian or religious news, we have all this music, then the creative act. I'm a fan of the creative ministry. I love it so much because I believe we've got into a point where by the power of social media, now everybody is able to demonstrate what he or she is endowed with. People are demonstrating real or raw talent and giftings. And I think people are doing a great job, like you guys are doing. You're doing a yeoman's job. That's a yeoman's job. It's not easy to run such a program for such a time as this. So that's about Papalo Media.
Thank you for sharing that. Dr. Lawrence, can I ask a question? You were saying that you in the earlier conversation,
That's right.
You were talking about you were into drama.
That's
what
right.
made you go into drama, and how did it help you to pave the way for your journey as a radio DJ?
All right, so I had this wonderful grandmother. In fact, I learned a lot from her when it comes to communication. There are times she would tell me, write this pronounce it. Let me hear this. And then my mother too is a teacher. You know, teachers was or children are always trained in such a way. Here in Africa, if you are a son or a daughter of a teacher, you need to be disciplined. And at a point, it has its own negative effect. If you are not careful, you also become timid in society. People will want to take advantage of your timidity because you feel, I don't want to do this to dent the image of my mother. So my grandmother was actually, interestingly or coincidentally, she was my Sunday school teacher. And so whenever she want to stage a drama, because I was very aggressive growing up, I was very aggressive and inquisitorial. I'm sure today my family members will know that this is the reason why this guy was so curious about everything. I was very curious and I was a talkative. In class, if you write names of talkatives, I'll be the first. I love to talk. And so my grandmother would choose the parts that fit me so well, that is befitting of my craft. So I was playing, so to speak, quote and unquote, the bad boy role. And I do it perfectly and I do it at ease at the time. So it has actually helped me to communicate with people. When you sit, I tell people, when you are even preaching, you might be talking, but you might not be communicating. You might be speaking, but you might not be communicating. Communicating is when you are able to win the sense, that medulla cerebral oblongata, that gumption of the person. You draw all the attention of the person. You make sure you don't lose the person's attention and the person don't lose your attention. That is communication. And at the end of the day, when you communicate, there must be feedback. As a communicator, you know that you have to encode the message and decode the message at the same time. And if I type you a lot or if I chat you a lot, you have to always encode my emojis and all that to know my heartbeat. So as a communicator, I know you have to encode the message. You have to make sure you decode it. And then when the receiver receives the information, then the person can give you a feedback. By so doing, you have done what we call proper communication. So you've communicated. That's why you've received feedback. And the feedback can be positive or negative. There should be a total understanding. That's basically. So it actually built my strength to be a good communicator. So drama has done a lot. That's why I root more for the creative art ministry to do well. And here we have what we call entertainment hour. We have entertainment shows, Papalo entertainment. We also have a rap contest here in Ghana. We make sure people come and demonstrate their craft on radio. And just last Saturday, it was fireworks on radio. I mean, you have these talents that are not getting the needed platform and support. Papalo Radio always give equal playing grounds for all these talented rappers to come and demonstrate their prowess. I'm a pastor, but I tell people I live a balanced life because Jesus came to show us the way. Make sure that we have a balanced diet. When we say balanced diet, you have your vitamins, your proteins, and everything, carbohydrates mixed together. So on radio, it's a commercialized radio. People might think, okay, you have a soft spot, you're a pastor for the things of God. Why are you allowing rappers on your radio? I said, no, God loves all of them. God loves sinners. And so everybody is welcome. Jesus wined and dined with sinners, but he never sinned with sinners. That is the dichotomy here. And we need to settle all these dichotomies when we know what we really want. So we also have what we call the gospel hour. We talk about the things of God. We have a radio pastor actually, but we have gospel hour where we have all these musicians come in, sing, and then we try to know a bit and chunk about them. And so we try as much as possible to also give them that portion. As a body or as an organization, we also go about and do humanitarian work because I'm a humanitarian. I make sure I go to the orphanage to do donations. Almost every day, I show kindness to people. I'm not doing philosophical braggadocio here. I'm only trying to tell the world that this is what we are capable of doing, and they should attract others to also do more. So that's basically about my love for the creative art.
Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Lawrence.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. We actually had a friend from Ghana on yesterday, Dr. Wahid Musa. Do you know him?
No. Yes. I know him. He's the CEO for International Humanity Council of Commerce. And it's a great institution that is about to take over the world. We want to be a part with the United Nations. That will be an arm. So we are building a whole army, resource persons, investors, humanitarians, musicians, journalists, everybody across the globe, teachers, ministers, president. And so we are building a whole army. We are building a whole commerce who will take care of the needs of people. It's not an NGO. It goes beyond an NGO. We actually want to cut that part and have that niche for others to come on board so that we become a blessing to humanity. Somebody will say, why do you want to celebrate Humanitarian Day or Humanity Day? We want people to feel like they are human beings, because elsewhere people are treated, so to speak, without mincing words, like animals. People have been animalistic towards people. And so we want to bring that awareness to bring out the best in everyone and close that bridge between the rich and the poor. God has given all of us equal right, equal opportunity, 24 hours to everyone and ourselves. I happen to be the current information and communication head of the Council of Humanity. So he's doing a great job. He's a fine brain, an astute strategist. He's a scientist. He always wants to bring out something new. And charity, they say, begins at home. Here in Ghana, is a revered figure. And the organization, International Humanity Commerce, is here to build the world to be a better place. So that's basically what we stand for. And we want everybody to feel human. That's it.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank
it's
you
impressive.
so much.
IHCC.
That's right.
And the fact that God...
we have touched about 66 countries. We have representatives. We have kings, chiefs, emperors, presidents, ministers, NGOs, CEOs, different people from different races. I'm a proud black African. We also have Americans like some of you. We wish you come and join forces with us. It's a credible institution. We want to build an army to bring the best out of everybody, so that at the end of the day, we'll miss some of us. We'll miss some people. We have to give everybody the equal opportunity to demonstrate what he or she can do better. And so we've touched a lot of lives. We have an upcoming program on the 25th of November. We are having a Humanity Day conference at one of the, I think I should say, the University of Ghana. That is Legon, University of Ghana, the premier university, I should say. That's what I wanted to say. That is the university Ghana owns, So we're having it at the Commonwealth Hall, and it's going to cut across the globe. There are a lot of people already phoning in. People are already booking ahead of the scheduled date, ready and wanting to come and also be a partaker or part and parcel of international humanity commerce. So we are marching on, and I believe that when some of you come along with us, we can do more and get the numbers and push an agenda where everybody will feel human on this earth.
Wow, what a beautiful way to bring this all together. I'm so impressed with all the work that you're doing and so honored. And your
That's
time
right.
management skills are obviously,
I'm
are
telling
you
you.
teaching courses on time management? Because I think we could all learn from what you're doing.
That's right. That's right.
I was going to say, Dr. Lawrence, what do you do in downtime? You know, time that you have, if you do have spare time.
Yes, I do. I tell people I rest a lot, and they're like, "Are you sure?" I say, "Yes." I have my alarm. Sometimes I have two phones around me. Make sure the alarm sounds, and I woke up. And when I woke up, I just encourage myself. Sometimes it's tiring and very uncomfortable when you are waking up, especially when I have to wake up early as 3 a.m., have my devotion, prepare, and go on radio to broadcast. Sometimes I have to get to the office by 4:30, latest should be 5:30. I should be there. And I have to go through my editorials, correct all the mistakes, edit the whole editorial if there are any errors in your editorials. And you have to make sure you read accordingly, not according to how you want to read it. And so it's tiresome. But by God's grace, I have the tenacity because I do effective time management. I have time for church as well. I haven't said much about church. I am the senior pastor of our church, Holy of Holy Chapel International, here in Tema, Ghana. And we have 4 branches under my tutelage or under my leadership. I have to make sure I visit all the branches within a week. But the main branch where I am the senior pastor, we have a resident pastor who is doing a great job. And so he steps in and do the menial job or assignment. And then I take care of the major ones. So I make sure I go to church, I prepare a good message, preach. And after church, your people want to talk to you. So we have to also make sure that we are able to sit and listen to their issues and all that. So it's been a great time. I do time management and it's been a great one and I enjoy it. It's so refreshing. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. We're about to close the show, but before we do, Dr. Lawrence, can you let our audience know how they can contact you and what you can bring to them as of for value for them?
All right. So if you want to follow me on all of my social media handles. I have my official pages and then I have my social pages or unofficial pages. That is Papa Law Perfect. Papa Law Perfect. That is perfect, normal perfect, the spelling of perfect. And then the Papa Law is PAPALAW and perfect, PERFECT. So that is Papa Law Perfect on TikTok, on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is +233 243 4464 55. Plus, that is the code, +233 Ghana's code. And then you add 243 4464 55. That is my active line. I have only one number. Interestingly, I have only one number. And then my official page is Lawrence J. Lawrence. The J is ADJEI. ADJEI. And so Lawrence J. So on Facebook, you can find Lawrence J. On YouTube, it's Papa Law Perfect and Apostle Dr. Lawrence Success. So if you want to follow me, these are my social media handles. Thank you so much.
Dr. Lawrence, thank you. Can you please drop them into the private chat and then we'll go ahead and share them? Appreciate it. And can you please type your phone number and then the social media handles into the private chat on the same line, and then we can share them with the audience. Thank you very much.
All right.
It's been a pleasure having you, sir. We look forward to having you back. Dr. Chan,
yes.
What's the value that you can bring to our audience and how can people get in touch with you?
I can bring, Dr. JACALYN, if anyone feels that they're stuck in life and they really want to be connected to who they really are, at least be connected to following their heart, to be able to apply to their outside life and just get to know who they really are. I am a creative heart awakened, and that means I put the heart in my art. So I'm a singer-songwriter, a teacher, singing teacher. I write content to help people to come out of the limited life and to give them the chance and the tools to be able to live a freer life, a fully abundant life, and living their true authentic self rather than living their life for somebody else. Also, I can teach people how to sing, how to write songs. And we also have songsforyou.co.uk where we help to bring someone's story into a form of a song of any style they wish. You can reach me on madalenecarolchan@gmail.com. That's MADALENECAROLCHAN@gmail.com. You can find me, Dr. Madeline Chan, on LinkedIn and Facebook. And also, there's the link there. Please buy Star Child, because it's about the world that we're in today, really. And it's about the two timelines, love or fear. That's all there is. Love or fear. Be of the light or be of not the light. Simple.
There you go. Thank you, Dr. Chan. And Dr. Lawrence, we have your contact information here into the show notes, so people can definitely reach out to you as well. So thank you, everyone, for being here. We are super excited that we had this amazing opportunity with Dr. Lawrence. Fabulous show, sir. We wish you continued success. And do come back and see us on our other shows as well. We have 40 different shows that people can choose from, so we'd love to have you back.
Yes, sir.
Our next show is coming up. It's the Wise Ones, and we will be coming up with that in literally 15 minutes or so. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Dr.
All right,
Chan.
so let me also say
thank
you to let me also say thank you to Dr. JACALYN, the captain of USA Global TV. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the privilege and the opportunity on this exalted platform. I'm not taking it for granted. It's a privilege to be here. It's not my right. It's a privilege. And I also love to host you on Papalo Radio on our coffee chat. And so we'll prepare one of these days to do so. And then Dr. Madeline, I'm grateful. Thank you for the opportunity. You are such a shining star. God bless you. I'm grateful.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.
This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes. Building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you. Thank you, BSC.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.